Harris here. Welcome back. Business scenarios based off the Daily Drucker. You guys know the platform here. This one talking about people decisions. Once again, back at the hiring conversation. This playlist we've kind of gone in with that, where Peter Drucker is talking a bit about how you're determining what a good employee that you hire is. I guess, whether you're using some sort of measure, a point measure or something like that to determine if they meet a lot of the qualifications, always applying, right, their strengths with the needs of the job. Very important. And so with this one, he kind of talks a little bit about it. He kind of goes into story time. So with going into story time, guess what? I'm going to read it to you and tell you exactly what he said. He's talking about General Motors, and I guess what they were going through during those times. So let's just jump right into it. Actually, real quick, the actual action point that he takes on here, he says, make decisions on people, selection, placement, and evaluation your top priority. So take that into consideration when you listen to what it is that I'm going to read to you here. So he goes, during the years in which I attended the meetings of GM's top committees, the company made basic decisions on post-war policies such as capital investments, overseas expansion, the balance between automotive business, accessory business, and non-automotive businesses, union relations, and financial structure. Okay, he says, I soon realized that a disproportionate amount of time was taken up with decisions on people compared to the time spent on decisions on policy. Right? They were putting an extraordinary amount of time on that. He goes, on one occasion, the committee spent hours discussing the work and assignment of a position way down the line. As we went out, I turned and said, Mr. Sloan, how can you afford to spend 4 hours on a minor job like this? This corporation pays me a pretty penny, a pretty good salary is what he says, but I'm saying a pretty penny. So they're dragging this out. So remember, I don't know if you guys know, but in the playlist, we talked quite a while back about how job security is kind of established when it comes to whenever something becomes more governmental and things are drawn out with needing decision making from different entities in order for something to get approved, and something that could be approved like this takes forever, right? It's just completely drawn out. So he's talking about, well, he's used all this time to make such a decision, 4 hours on something of the most minorest of jobs within that business or their structure. And he spent so much time on it because he can just waste time and get paid for wasting his time. He said, for making the important decisions and for making them right. If that master mechanic in Dayton is the wrong man, our decisions might as well be written on water. He converts them into performance. And as for taking a lot of time, that's horse. He goes, that's horse apples. I had to read back and see what he's saying here. I guess that's his way of saying that's BS, right? He goes, his strongest and favorite basic comment when he used to say that. He goes, if we didn't spend 4 hours on placing a man and placing him right, we'd spend 400 hours on cleaning up after his mistake. And that time I wouldn't have. He says the decision, he concluded, about people is the only truly crucial one. You think, and everybody thinks, that a company can have better people. All it can do is place people right. Right? And then it'll have performance. So as much as it may appear as though he's drawing it out and wasting time, which is what you would first get from his comment, immediately you see how he justifies and explains why he spends all that time on one hire and placing the right person based on their performance in the right job need and description. Otherwise, you spend 400 hours based on his example, replacing that person and fixing everything that person screwed up because they were not the right person for the right job. Just that simple.